Good morning. Good morning. It is another episode of Real Lessons with America's Supermom. Good morning. Happy November 2nd. Today, I want to talk briefly about ego. All right. It is World Communication Week, and ego can sometimes get in the way with our communication. Some of the problems that come up are um, getting in your own way, right? Thinking it's always about you. You want to really impress people with the things that you say. You want to be knowledgeable. You want them to gravitate to what you're saying. You want to have this social currency that you really know what's happening. Well, ego is something that can get you in trouble. And one of the things that I learned on my journey of dealing with depression was that ego just didn't serve me all the time, right? There was a time when ego would get me in trouble in terms of people pleasing, continuing to say yes when I really needed to say no, just not feeling comfortable being my true self. So the communication problem was not with the other people, but it was actually with myself, how I was talking to myself and then the actions that I was taking as a result of it. So, for example, let's say that you want to be a great mom, right? And so your idea of being a great mom is somebody who's baking cookies on Sunday and decorating them with the kids, or reading bedtime stories, or just the number of things, right? We can now all have different definitions of what we feel a good mother is. But then when your life is not in alignment to what you're believing, that's the problem. So a lot of times we end up projecting those feelings, or we try to mask them in a way by doing certain things where it's just kind of really extreme and over the top, and it really isn't appropriate, for the real experience. So for example, it could look like you're at the skating rink with your kids, and rather than having that time of bonding and creating that deeper relationship, you're taking pictures, trying to make sure everybody captures you giving somebody a hug or all these different things. Now, I'm not saying that that is not important, because it is important for us to have memories of our kids. This is this is my little pouch that I carry, because I'm always in the car running around with my kids, for taking somebody to work. My husband's taking somebody to work now, or taking them to school, taking them to practice. It's always something, going over their friends, want to go to a party. But memories are important. This is a memory of four of my daughters. We actually have nine daughters. So pray for me. Nine daughters and six sons. Hence America Supermom, right? Now, the thing about it that I love about this title is it gives me the opportunity to embrace the title the way that I want to, right? Grew up in America, following this American dream, met my husband in college, got a degree, but, was a stay home mom. For years, I was a stay home mom. And it just, I had to redefine my own American dream, right? I mean, I'm kind of growing into this bringing, because it started out where, it was symbolic of where I was located, being in America. I had a UK coach who was coaching me after my last depression on ways that I could stand out in the media. Well, bear with me, y'all. My battery is saying low. Okay. So, good thing, you know what? Isn't it great that your computer communicates with you before it just cuts off? Because I've been there and done that before too. All right. So, I'm just going around the bend about some different things. I know you're like, okay, we're supposed to be talking about ego and communication. So, when you're able to manage your ego, there are some things that your ego can give you, can be good for, right? Your confidence when it comes to speaking to other people, right? You need your ego to align with you being in a place to where you can confidently express your beliefs, ideas, things of that nature. So it is important for it to serve you in certain capacities. However, if it is stopping you from moving forward in the things that you desire, that's where the problem lies. That's where it's important for you to get in check and figure out, okay, why am I feeling like an imposter? What is my role in this situation so that I can move forward? Right? So we have to find a way to figure out what is serving us and what is not serving us. What can we control and what can we not control? If I'm going around professing to be the best mom in the world, right? Then my actions based on what I'm believing and professing need to line up for me in order to feel confident with that, right? So for me, America's Supermom incorporates a collaboration of a lot of people that pour into me and collaborate with me in order for me to accomplish what I do, even down to my own household, right? I'm not always cooking everything all the time. There are times that my daughters come alongside help. They peel potatoes or, they take something out of the oven that I have put on a timer. It takes a group, it takes a team. And for me, that was a hard lesson to learn because I was an only child and I had to adjust to having a huge family, just from one extreme to the other. And it's about teamwork. It's about everybody doing their part to help in the situation. So, as we talk about communication, we want to first get our own ego in check, have the awareness of understanding what we can and can't control. What is it that we are having this self-fulfilling prophecy for? Because a lot of times we are trying to compete with people, we are doing all these other things that are in our head and nobody is even aware of, right? So we have to get ourselves in check first before we can actively communicate in a good place with other people. So one of the things that I have done, this is the tip for me for today in terms of ego, is to realize that I don't know everything, right? Have you gone to work or um, met up with a friend for lunch or something, and they give you some news that you weren't aware of? Hey, did you know about uh, this new item that they have for kids, or this new craze or trend that's happening in the media? We don't know everything, right? That is just an indicator right there. Every day, every moment, something new is happening. You've got new social media platforms. You have all kinds of things that are going on, new tax laws, right? Vaccine mandates. I mean, it's a number of things that are happening right now. So, for you to just step into, I don't know everything. Okay. I don't know everything, and it's okay. It's okay not to know everything. Now, everything may not even be relevant to you at the time. So it's not important for you to actually know it. But if you come from a space of recognizing that you don't know everything, your communication is different because you have a curiosity about what is it that this person is designed to teach me today. To ask yourself that question and approach your conversation from that standpoint is so much more positive than feeling like you have to uh, give this social currency. You have to always know everything. No one can one up you, so to speak, and tell you something you don't know. So, one of the ways to keep your ego in check is to recognize I don't know everything, and it's okay. Okay. Having curiosity, asking questions, because even though you don't know everything, it may not even be relevant to you, right? So, you taking ownership to decide, is this worthy for me to even know? I know there are so many things going on in the news that I really don't feel is relevant to me because it's negative. Right now, I definitely my heart goes out to families that are affected by negative things that are going on, whether it's some kind of brutality or um, being confused for somebody guilty when they're innocent. I mean, it's a number of things that happen. But to sit in the space of listening to a lot of fear, negative things that are happening in the media, I just choose not to do that. I live in a bubble. And by the time that information gets to me, it's been filtered, it's been told so many times, it doesn't have that same energy. So it doesn't create the same response that it used to in me. I would wake up in a great mood, all excited, turn on the news, and I'm the next broadcaster who's not getting paid. So by that, I mean everything I listened to, I would go around all day repeating what was told to me. So it was like I was a news anchor who wasn't getting paid, right? So I challenge you to think about, how do you want to show up when it comes to communication? One of the best ways to engage and meet a lot of people, to be someone that they want to be around, is to be interested in them, to listen to understand rather than listen to respond. And this comes from having the confidence of knowing I don't know everything. So, what is this person going to teach me today that I can learn and I can implement in my day so that I can be a better version of me? So, that is today's real lesson, putting our egos in check. If you guys have any questions, any comments, feel free to put them in the comments. I would love to hear your takeaways or anything that you do to kind of keep your ego in check. But in the meantime, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you on the next episode. Bye for now.